What are Pi ecosystem tokens, and what is the design thinking for ecosystem tokens on mainnet?
Pi ecosystem tokens are tokens created by community and issued on Pi. As many of you know, ecosystem tokens have already been released on the testnet, and we are finalizing their implementation on mainnet. While technology and product are obviously important, we believe the most critical factor on mainnet will be their design. As I mentioned in my recent Token 2049 talk, the ability to issue tokens is an important superpower of Web3. But a core issue in the broader crypto space is the misalignment between token design and real innovation. Tokens on most other crypto networks function primarily as tools to raise capital. Yet, despite this approach, most of these projects frequently fail to provide meaningful utility and innovation. We see this as a structural problem. But what's the solution? What else can tokens actually be used for from the perspective of a business? And if startup and business founders cannot use tokens primarily for raising capital, why would they issue and operate a token at all, given the effort it takes to do so? This is where Pi is uniquely positioned to provide a different answer. Pi's approach is to integrate crypto tokens directly into the evolutionary process for products and innovations. Pi strongly encourages and emphasizes focus on utility because utility enables the long-term stability and the sustainability and success for any blockchain project. Pi itself is a utility token, and the ecosystem tokens on Pi are likewise encouraged to be focused on and used for utility. While many types of tokens can be issued on the blockchain, Pi's current launch programs intentionally encourage a completely new design construct based on Pi's existing resources and infrastructure. Utility tokens designed for user acquisition. Tokens for user acquisition through the Pi launch programs mean that projects issue tokens to fulfill the need to acquire users for their products and integrate these tokens for utility-based use cases inside their products. Users get to access these tokens through the launch programs and then able to use the tokens in the products. Pi is staked and used in the above mechanisms to orchestrate and facilitate the process. Pi has millions of users around the world, including not only crypto-native users, but more importantly, mainstream audiences, many of whom are already identity verified. For product builders and businesses, high-quality users and global reach are some of the most valuable resources that are essential to a product's success. Pi's goal is to design ecosystem tokens as powerful tools that allow startups and businesses to acquire users, including from Pi Network, with user consent, and then facilitate the growth of their businesses. Early-stage user acquisition is typically very expensive for startups. By using Web3 tools like Pi ecosystem tokens, startups can reduce the cost of user acquisition while also involving users directly in their projects to obtain feedback, test product attributes and functions, and validate the use of their product to address real human needs. Acquired users also help to hold businesses accountable for the services they provide on an ongoing basis. If their product does not maintain utility, quality, and engagement, users may end up leaving their products. Organic user acquisition and retention are natural mechanisms by which projects are encouraged to create and provide useful services, which is in line with the original intent, real products with innovation. On the other hand, from the user's perspective, they will have their free choice to join and use different products like they always do in Web2, with the difference that they can access the utility token issued by the projects through the Pi launch programs, DEX and AMM, and use these tokens in the project's products. In this way, we believe this design can better align the unique capabilities of Web3, such as token issuance, with support for innovative products. Pi ecosystem tokens are not about copying existing token models. In fact, we deliberately have sought to avoid traditional approach because many of the problems in Web3 stem from how tokens have traditionally been designed. And this design will also evolve as it gets iterated in practice. An equally important difference lies in the types of projects encouraged to launch on Pi. Instead of focusing on token issuers whose primary intent is to issue a token and then try to build a business around it, Pi wants to prioritize businesses with real products who start with a genuine problem to solve and then use a token as a tool to help them do that better and grow their products. Of course, ecosystem tokens also involve technical considerations such as interoperability and standard crypto integrations, for which Pi draws on the work and innovations of the general crypto space. Pi's focus is not on tokens for their own sake, or on mechanisms and integrations in isolation, but on enabling useful utility-driven tokens and supporting the real innovation behind them. From there, Pi Platform designs the tools, enables the integrations, and supports the infrastructure that these products actually need to succeed and grow.